And then he pulled me up on top of him. He went, and I was just like, spray, like everywhere. Like and I was like, you don't get to have this power over me.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Wins and Losses podcast. I'm your host, Adam Prez, and as always, I got the coldest co-host with me in the building. Mr. Star is over there, and my boy Nasty Nas is right next to me. Y'all already know it ain't a Wins and Losses episode unless we bring a very special, beautiful guest. And today we got someone from your favorite city in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. We got Hayden in the house. What up, Hayden? Kurt, let's go. Make sure if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And don't forget, we do have a Patreon. So make sure you click that link in the description below, because today Hayden says she's down to get spicy and talk about some good in that Patreon. So, you know.
And we got some other stuff coming on the Patreon too.
We do. And Star, you want to let them know what we're doing?
Yeah, we got behind the scenes vlogs coming. Our trip from Hawaii. We're going to be posting that on there. So make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah, we vlogged the whole thing, all the way from taking the equipment down to bringing the equipment back. So everything is vlogged. You guys get to see the real inside of the Wins and Losses team. Yeah. And if you guys want us to get to your city, you know, hey, the Patreon's a good way to help us out. But for now, you know, we're turning our focus to Hayden today, because she is not just our ordinary guest. She really turns shit up in the city.
She a boss.
She's self-made. And Hayden, what's up? You want to give us a little rundown of, you know, what you do? Because I mean, I see that you brought us some gifts over there that we will get into.
Did.
But
Ooh.
you know, yeah, you want to tell us what you do? What you do, Hayden?
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Of course.
So yes, I guess I am a boss, but I'm like very edgy, right? I like to be very real with it, right? We're people.
Yeah.
There's tons of us that were successful out here. I own HVH Media and Marketing. I also own 21 North, and we do public relations, social media marketing, influencer marketing, digital marketing, a little bit of everything. And we work with so many different brands on an international scale. And you're right, I am self-made. I was broke 5 years ago, and everything that I have now is from hard work.
Love to hear that. That's what I'm talking about. I love to hear that shit. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
That's that real power.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's got to feel good. Come from nothing 5 years ago, and now you're here. Like,
it feels so good every day.
Yeah, got a fat ass rock on her ring. Flex that ring though. That's hard. You said, flex up. Let's go.
It's missing the WL though.
I just gotta get the logo on there, and then we're good.
That's hard. That's dope though. So, did you start it by yourself? Do you have any partners with you or anything like that right now?
So I did have a partner previously. She's actually recently left to go kind of do her own thing. You know, just wanted to get back into like the work world. Entrepreneurship, like, let's be very frank, and I know you guys know this just from building something, right? Yeah. It's blood, sweat, and tears, and it's hard work. And if you do not love it and breathe it and do it every single day, like, you're just not going to do well.
Yeah.
And you have to love like the high times just as much as you love the low times. Like when I get into a bind and shit's hard and, you know, I'm struggling or whatever, or we've had those moments, like, I loved it. I have to say, like, it was defining, like, it invigorated me. Like, I wanted to be in a moment where I knew I could overcome a challenge. And I've overcome some of the worst challenges. Like, I think I told you when I was broke, I was, like, going through a divorce. My boss died in a plane crash. I lost my job. My friends fucked me over. And my mom literally abandoned me. I had nothing 5 years ago. So every single penny that I have made and the comeback and putting myself in the rooms that I've put myself in and building myself to be here with you incredible people has come from a lot of hard work and dedication on my part. So it feels good.
We got to clip that up right there. That was motivation right there. That's good.
How did all that shit happen like in the span of like
literally 5 years? No, honestly, I was married previously for 9. And I got a divorce, and we had like a really tumultuous relationship. And like even now, like, although I don't have like a bad relationship with him and we co-parent and things like that, he is somebody who's still kind of stuck in the same place. And in like a third of the time we were together, I made more money than both of us combined in 1 year.
Oh my god!
And now I make that in a month.
Would you say that was that like?
Damn.
Because a lot of women, like, I don't know, they can't. Was that like a hindrance on your relationship?
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Like the power dynamic?
Well, you know what's crazy? I didn't start making money until after.
Oh.
It was during that I realized I would have surpassed him, right? Like, he was 10 years my senior when I met him, and, you know, he seemed like the prize. Because anytime you're younger, you're like, oh, this person's older. They have a BMW. They seem to be making a lot of money. And then, like, 3 years in, I'm like, oh, I'm going to surpass this man in salary.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, I always say this. I'm like, if I make more than you, I'm daddy. You're not daddy.
I'm daddy.
Like, I'm daddy. And
I'm
so
daddy, bitch.
it doesn't make you feel sexually attracted to people. Like, you start to have problems in that area. You want someone you can, like, look up to and desire. And, like, I'm doing everything. I'm making the money. I'm doing the household stuff. Like, if I leave you today and my life gets easier, what do I need you for?
Hey,
tough.
believe it or not, some girls like broke boys.
That's true. Some girls do. But you know what?
I think that's like younger girls, though.
I think it is. You know,
That's why I say girls.
I've been
not
there.
women.
Exactly.
Whoa.
And I don't even know that they. I don't think they know. I don't think they know. Like the broke thing. It takes like a certain eye, right? Everybody flexes. Everybody always looks like they have money. You go down into Old Town area, like you can't tell who's broke. I've even been fooled by that. I was in my 20s and I was like, look at this guy with this cute belt and these chains. I'm like,
nice
diamond
car.
tester. Oh,
Diamond shit. Oh, fuck.
Hey, that'd be a fire video if we went to Old Town and just
That-
tested people's.
Diamond touch it?
For sure.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. So so tell us a little bit about what your company does, because
yeah. I know I brought you guys gifties. Okay, so we represent all sorts of different brands on, like I said, an international scale. And then one that I had to bring for you guys is my Jimmy Jane.
this is fire. Show the camera.
Show the camera, yeah.
My Jimmy Jane stuff. There's so many products.
Explain what is this exactly?
Okay, so this is one of our collabs. So we collabed with Maxim, Jimmy Jane Maxim condoms. These are for you. Not sure if you'll use them.
Yeah, we don't
but,
use
you
those
know.
over here.
Might need those.
And then I brought our vibrating panties for you guys.
That's insane.
They're
Ladies,
oh my
god.
So beautiful lingerie has like a little vibrating bullet that goes inside. There's honestly so many products. I will not touch my box with anything other than Jimmy Jane.
Your box.
You heard it here. I apologize for everything. I was gonna say pussy, but I was like, oh, I don't know.
Little box.
Me box.
Wait,
Me
so
box.
have you
Yes.
used this before?
Used it?
Yes.
And
yes,
1 through 10,
yes.
give us
1 through 10.
a
What's the review?
So
What's the
good.
rating?
They're so much better than anything else on the market. Like I said, they're beautiful. Like these aren't these like weird burlappy ones you put on that like you've seen in movies where you're like, ugh, like that's just not for me. These ones are beautiful. I would wear them on a daily basis because they're just like gorgeous black lingerie.
That's
like
sexy.
they're
That's still
gorgeous.
sexy. They're still sexy.
But the vibrating sensations that they've included for all of the different toys that they have, they're really well thought out and they're crafted by women. So like
Oh.
you put it in there and you're like, oh, someone who understood the vagina.
Exactly. You didn't have a
Pussy,
man make it.
vagina.
Yeah.
I went full health class. The vagina.
The vagina.
So whoever designed this understood the vagina.
Yeah, exactly.
So it has
Man.
plenty of options, like different vibration
Options,
patterns.
different
or?
vibration patterns, and this is just
Wow.
one of them. I mean, we've got a bunch
Wow.
of different. I mean, there's like I said, so many
Yeah.
different products for men, women. I mean, and
So guys be wearing that too?
I mean, you could, you could honestly.
Star.
Yo, you're
We-
different.
It could be
You're
fun. You
different.
never
No,
know.
I'm not saying for me.
He's like, you got extra
You know
large.
what? There's so many vibrating toys for men that you wouldn't even realize how much you like them. Like, there's like strokers. There's even like vibrating
Fleshlights?
cock rings.
Oh.
The strokers are
I've heard
like
about the vibrating cock ring.
The vibrating cock
I heard
rings are
about that.
great. And
But-
there's one that I've used that is, it's a vibrating cock ring that has like a clitoral attachment. You can really
Wow.
rotate it depending on your position. So if you go into doggy, it will go underneath.
Yeah.
Flip it up if they're on top. This thing is a game changer.
Fellas.
I have made faces like I don't even know what's happening. I was like, it's like, oh my god. Literally,
Clip
oh
that.
my god. And for the guy, it's like somebody's like giving you the best like blowjob and somebody's having sex with you at the same time because
Wow.
it does like this stroking sensation where it's vibrating, and if you use like one of their lubricants, like a heated lubricant, you're both there like,
Y'all both look retarded and shit.
We fucking for hours.
That pussy got out. Wow. So 1 through 10, you'd give this one about a solid what?
If you ask me about any other products,
She gonna say a
unfortunately,
10.
I'm
A 10.
always saying a 10 because
Hey, there, I'm
for
just,
different reasons.
you heard it.
Jimmy
You know what I'm
Jane's the
saying?
best.
All right, fellas. Well,
Hey.
buy
He's the
this for your
best.
girls.
Oh, my mama.
Hey, Mother's Day already passed, but shit, you got it next year. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all good. Hey, next year's always here, you know?
Come sooner.
Exactly.
Hey, that's we appreciate you bringing these for us. So we're all gonna fight
course.
over these panties now, because I mean,
Yeah,
like,
who's gonna
Okay,
wear
you
we
are.
don't really.
Clearly, someone's else stepped ahead of us.
Star wants it for himself, so that might be a.
I'll get you guys more.
Two more
That
shit,
is-
please. Two more shit.
More pennies. I'll get you more.
That is dope. I cannot I could just imagine me just pressing that button in some random area and just really just
Oh,
just
yeah.
having fun
That's
with it.
crazy.
I'm telling you,
crazy as fuck.
life-changing.
That's gonna.
I
Yeah.
always feel like if you give somebody an orgasm, no matter how, that just is that power, right?
Oh yeah.
Like anytime
Orgasm, that's-
I used to joke with my friends, like when I was like used to be dating or whatever, I'd be like, why am I always attracted to like different people at different times? And I'm like, oh, it's whoever
'Cause-
last gave me an orgasm.
There you go.
Whoever
Yeah.
that person looks like. That's
Well, think
who
about it.
is.
Like having sex with someone, like that's like us not getting our nut off. Like,
Yeah,
come on
facts.
now. Like, I know guys look at girls differently compared to how girls get attached to dudes. I say, but just if you
Just
can't
saying.
nut off a girl, it does kind of like put her down a point. You know, it
I
throws her
can't
on the bottom,
imagine
especially if you
that.
can't come off her head.
Oh my
Whoa,
God.
we're gonna
You know what?
put
I've
you to the
actually-
bottom of the list.
I had a friend whose significant other couldn't come at all. Like he literally.
That's not their
he had
significant other.
No, literally couldn't come. Like had a medical problem.
Oh
my
my
Like a
God.
medical
Oh.
problem, like a
Oh.
blockage. And I was like,
Oh,
what
blockage.
do you guys do? And like, why are you guys still talking? No, I'm just kidding. It was
Oh
crazy.
my goodness!
I didn't know that was
I can't
a thing
imagine.
until it happened to my friend, right?
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's a sad
didn't know.
game right there. That's a
Damn.
little yeah, I can imagine.
We're all like mourning the loss. We're
I'm
like,
like,
oh
damn,
my
RIP.
god. Okay,
sorry.
change to something happier.
So how do you feel about sex toys then in general? Do you use them often in
Oh my
bed,
God,
or
yeah.
are you?
I love them.
you're a fan of them?
And honestly, I know that most men have this like thought
Stigma.
process. Yeah, they do. They go, "Oh, she's
Yeah.
bringing in a toy. I
Yeah.
didn't do my job." And I'm like, "No, this is your friend. This is a helper.
This is your teammate.
This is your teammate. That
Oh,
doesn't actually
no.
have to be your teammate. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, no one wants to
That's your
necessarily bring in a real
teammate?
teammate. It's a fun
See, I
teammate.
don't like them.
It starts off as an enemy and then it becomes your.
No, it's your teammate. I'm
You're-
telling you.
it-
I
I
put
used to-
so many people on game. So many people on toy game.
You know, I used to always say like, I'll never let a girl use a toy.
Yeah.
No, like, cause I felt that way. It was low key. It was a pride thing. I was like, fuck that. Like, I was like, how fast does that make you come? All right, I'll do it faster.
do it
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it makes you feel as a male. But like, if I know I can make my girl come from
Yeah.
just my dick, then
Yep.
I'm cool with busting that out once in a while. Because if anything, like if let's say I'm on a trip or something, she's at home, she could bust that shit out on her own, a vibrator or
Exactly.
something. And I'm chilling. I know she's good. You
Just
know what I mean? I know
FaceTime
she
her.
ain't looking
Just
for
FaceTime
Someone
me.
else is
just
stepping
FaceTime.
up.
Yeah.
FaceTime me
No,
so I
because
can
then
see.
someone else is stepping up. No,
Jimmy Jane
man.
panties.
Exactly. No,
So-
I think it's great. And there's so many other things too, right? Like, I mean, there's butt plugs and like different types of like sensations, and it's just fun too. Like, don't you ever just like just want to?
You want to up it up in the bed too. You
Just
want to
do
get a
some
little
different
freaky.
things?
Exactly, you do.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm just like,
what? Nah, I can't do the same shit every time. I do
Yeah.
like making shit freaky, and
Yeah,
I
they
think
have a
toys are a good
bondage
way.
set too. They've got
What
like
the
floggers. Oh my god, yes.
I never heard of that.
Like I said, on game. You guys need to get put on game. You gotta have fun. Sex is all about fantasy and excitement and bonding with
Mm-hmm.
someone. If you're not having fun or you're holding back, you're missing
That's true.
out.
You gotta be free in the bed. You
So
gotta let
would you
that
ever
thing
do
go.
bondage?
Oh yeah.
hey.
Like you get tied up.
Oh, like I'm
Yeah,
tied
like
up.
You're tied up.
Oh,
You'd be with that?
I don't know, man.
You'd be into it, trust me.
I don't know.
I've had way too many dominant men who were like, I'm never ever gonna do this, and I'm like, just let me do this for you.
Oh, you tied? You
Oh
tied him?
yeah, I absolutely.
Then maybe. Maybe.
I'm actually predominantly submissive though.
But
like, with a
girls
really
that
good
say
partner.
that though, bro, I'm saying like I've had girls tell me they want to do certain things. I said, oh hell no, I wouldn't do. And girls that say that, they're the ones who like, bro, they're the ones who change your mind about it for
No, I really
about
have.
shit like.
Loki.
You know what I'm saying? So
Low-key,
that is
low-key.
crazy.
Loki.
So okay, so would you say like your like sex really matters in a relationship too? Like
For
'cause
me, yes.
it does matter.
It absolutely matters. So like sex is very important. My husband would absolutely be like this girl with the sex all the time. Like I'm sure he's a very happy man, but like he knows and like we're like a couple years in now, and it's consistent, very consistent, and a need and a demand. And like even with like previous partners, like I've always been somebody who I wanted to make sure that I picked people that vibed with me on that level, because like so much for me, I wanted to be able to explore pieces of myself. Like prior, and I'll just be very frank, prior to actually being in the relationship I'm in now, like I picked people because I wanted to explore something about me, and so they brought out different fantasies for me. So like prior to him, I was with this younger guy intentionally. He was about 10 years younger than me because I'm 33. And he was a football player, never played with toys, all this stuff. And he was typically very dominant.
He's
and
like, hell
so,
no.
and I was like, you're about to learn today about what this is going to be like.
He about to learn that.
I
Boy,
used to
take
dom
seats,
him
student.
so much. I introduced him to toys, but like I enjoyed
you put him on
that.
game.
I put him on game, but I also enjoyed that. Like I didn't explore that piece of myself, that like power, dominance, like being able to like dominate someone and like have them begging for you. Kind of the role that men get to take. I know you're
He's over here.
You got any friends?
but like I love that, right?
Anybody?
Like that's how it's supposed to feel to me. And like before that, like I always picked very dominant partners. Like I've absolutely been in like a super submissive role, like where I'm like hands and knees crawling and tied up, and like I've done that thing too, where it's like I'm being ordered around. But I feel like you gotta do that stuff to find out what you like.
You gotta try everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like sir and things like that.
Okay, so
Like
I gotta ask
like a
you.
servant.
You know, Hayden, you're giving me some vibes here, and I have to ask because so what's your favorite type of sex? Like, are you getting at like, do you like being slapped like while having sex?
You know what? That's a good question. So like, yes, like in theory, sometimes, but again, well,
In your mind, you're like, yeah, I like it, but then
but it depends
damn,
who it
shit,
is.
that hurt.
It depends who it is, because like I have had, so I can think of one specific person who
was
was
it
like,
a UFC fighter or?
no, I mean it was a football player, a different football player,
Oh my god.
different football player, and he was like a big dude, and he was like
Give us a
defensive
position.
line or-
Give us a
like, what
position.
running back.
Oh,
damn, so
Derrick
he's
Henry.
big shit.
Derrick
Yeah.
Henry, motherfucker.
He was a
Oh,
running
God.
back, and he was like, hit me, and I was like, okay.
Oh.
So I gave him like the are you sure hit, right?
Hit
Yeah,
or
that
slap?
is it.
Well, we got into it. So it was
Oh, Jesus.
first I did the test slap, because if you
Okay.
just go straight in with the punch, maybe
Yeah.
I get punched, right?
Yeah.
So I was like,
It's reaction.
and he was like,
Harder.
harder.
Yeah.
I was like, how much harder? He's like he was like with your fist, and I was like, all right,
Whoa.
fucking. And then
Damn.
of course I took one to the face. And I was
Damn.
Punch
like,
or slap? Does he
it
punch
was,
you?
it was like a pretty intense slap, and
my
I was
God.
like, why does this work? Why does this work right now? Because normally, like if somebody
Jeez.
hit me, I'd be like, are you
Yeah, you gotta be fun.
Yeah.
die? But in this moment, I was like, because he looked at me and I looked at him, and I was like, oh, this is hot. And like
Yeah.
honestly, if it wasn't that person, and this is like a longtime friend, like this specific person, he and I have known each other forever, so it was like a setting where I was like, okay, I know you're not actually trying to fight.
Yeah.
And actually, some good sex, you're not really sure. You're like, are we fucking? Are we fighting? What's going on here? He's not sure, but you guys know, I can tell. So
No.
this is probably my most like wild, like actual hitting. But otherwise, it's mostly just like slapping, choking, a little bit of spanking, maybe a little bit of like a flogger kind of situation. Handcuffs come out, but just
Yeah.
flogger. It's like a flat paddle.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know-
Jimmy
Oh,
Jane
I
has
know what you're talking
one.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You like spitting in your mouth?
Spitting in your mouth.
I've spit in other people's
Oh,
mouths.
so you
People
don't like
who
dudes
spit
spitting in your
I
mouth?
have
Yeah.
had
Whoa.
I have had like one or two people I've allowed to do it. But like you know what it is? It's like a teeth thing. I'm like, I'm not so sure. Like you better have like really good dental
Teeth.
situation.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Like
yeah.
haven't you ever like looked at some like there's
No,
some
definitely.
girls
Oh
you've been
no,
like
100%. Well, I can't
you've got
mess with.
super yellow teeth, your
Yeah.
tongue's all white, you're not
Or I
spitting in
can't-
my mouth.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
taste
yeah, hell
your
yeah.
Doritos.
But then it's like,
Oh
why
my
are you fucking
God.
them? You know, yeah, I can't
Yeah,
get.
that's
I can't
true.
get.
Yeah,
but don't
when
get me
it's
wrong.
Too many
I'm
men are like, oh, she had a fat ass. I just turned her the other way.
that's her. Though.
See?
Look at that. Yeah. No, that's true.
That's
Sometimes
true.
you do
That's
catch
true
yourself in
as fuck,
situations
yeah.
that you couldn't date them. Well, that's the difference. Yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah,
date
you
them.
wouldn't date them, right?
But you fuck them.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
we're talking
Okay.
about sex,
Yeah.
not dating. I didn't
Yeah,
say we were
yeah,
at
that's true.
Mastro's for
Yeah.
dinner.
So would you say like he has to? What if he's good as fuck at sex? Because you said you need someone who's good at
You
sex
need
or you
that.
enjoy their sex, but he's not on the same financial situation as you. Let's call him a broke boy.
So I've done that. Honestly, I was with somebody who didn't have a lot of money, and the sex was bomb, like really, really good. Like,
So is sex strong enough, like to hold? No,
it's not.
No matter
because
what.
At
Eventually,
some
you're gonna be
point,
done, like,
at
yeah.
some point, like this man, he said he was gonna reburst me, and he meant reimburse, and I was like, oh honey, I'm never gonna get wet again.
Shit.
Never gonna get wet again. So like,
I'm never
like
gonna get wet again. Like,
Oh my god.
no, can't happen. And like he was a good dude, and like he was great in bed, and like the sex haze really had me strung out for a while, like way longer. Like I probably honestly was with this man, and he had like the same reading level as my son for like a year. That's how long
sad.
the sex haze can keep you in a bad relationship for a year. This man
You're
used
fucking
to think we were
Forrest
gonna
Gump.
fight because I was using my vocabulary. Like I'd use a word, and he'd be like,
Wow.
esoteric. Why are you making fun of me?
Oh my
I'm like,
lord.
that's not what I mean.
No, that is a big turnoff. Like grammar in text messages. If your girl texts you back with like terrible grammar, like you should reconsider that because your kids are about to pick up on that. Like no.
It's just like I did good today. You're like, it's
Oh
well.
yeah. Nah, someone used Pacific on me instead of
Oh,
specific. That would
no.
kill me. Yeah, bro. And it wasn't even my girl. It was just someone I was talking to as they were a
can't talk
worker.
anymore.
Yeah, I was like, nah, hold up. Like I need to talk to someone else. Like,
Then they get all mad. You know what I meant. No,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know.
like, bro. And like, it wasn't even through text. It was verbal. So I was like, I was like, wow. But
That's crazy.
yeah,
You
vocab
said hit him
definitely.
with the ocean remark, like ocean. And they're like Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, nah, I hear you. So okay, sex is a good topic since we're on it already. Squirting is a big thing that a lot of people have mixed feelings about. How do you feel about squirting? Do toys help
Oh
you
my
squirt?
God. Okay, so I have to say this. I didn't squirt for the first time until I was 31 years old. That was just 2 years ago. I was 31. I remember to this moment because I did not think I was a squirter. I used to be very envious of other women who were squirters.
Jeez.
And I didn't necessarily think I could. I just didn't have like, I don't know. I just didn't think I could. Maybe a little gush here and there, like a get really wet, a little bit of that,
Look.
but nothing, not like a squirt. Okay. This person, oh my God, even to this day. You know what's crazy? I called and told my dad after because I have a really good, I have a good relationship with my dad. I have no mom. I called and told my dad after and I was like, Dad, I have to ask a question.
Well, if my daughter called me that shit, who
No,
the
my
fuck
dad's the
made you
coolest.
squirt?
My dad's the coolest. He's the only person I had that I could trust because I was sleeping with this
Very.
very more famous person at the time. This is somebody I won't actually name drop because I protect their
She
privacy.
might name drop it in the Patreon, but
Oh, maybe. But so I was like in this place and it was just massive. This massive place overlooking Camelback. Like the setting was
just
like
said overlooking
a
Camelback.
vibe.
That is in Arizona, people.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like this beautiful home. And I don't know what, because he was like getting in there, but like at an angle where like I wasn't expecting. And like there was a lot of dick. There was a whole lot of dick. So, and I was like, I don't know what happened, but he was like hitting it and I could feel it kind of starting. Like I was like, something's happening.
something
and then
coming.
he pulled me up on top of him. He went, and I was just like, spray, like everywhere. Like I fucking, and I was like, you don't get to have this power over me. First thing out of my mouth. And he was like,
It's like, what witchcraft was this?
oh, he was into it too. I could just tell he was one of those
Oh, yeah.
people who he knew what he was going for. Like he
Yeah.
was all bathing in it and stuff. I was like, are we gonna change the sheets? Like what's going on? Are we going for round 2? I don't know that I want to be in this puddle. And he was like, no, we're fucking staying here. I was like, is this Tempur-Pedic? Do you need to replace this? Like that's
Jeez.
me after.
Yeah.
We were going over the details.
So, no, I mean, this is like my thoughts in my brain. Of course, then I'm just like, yeah, lay in it. I don't know. So that was the first time I did. And I couldn't believe that someone had like exposed this to me of all the times I've masturbated and done things to myself. I'm like, how is this person going to know
How
this
long
about
did
me?
it take?
It was probably a good 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, so I mean, like.
We
that's
were
pretty-
going at it. Like we were really going at it. But he was, like I said, weird angles. Like think like doggy and like he's like up over me and almost like
his
going down and in.
Foot is on your neck,
his
Like,
foot
in the
yeah.
back of your
by
neck.
your head.
He was like,
Yes.
Yeah,
Timberlands on.
the Timbs and the Yankee fitted.
and I still
That
can't
nigga
imagine. I
knows.
just-
He knows. He knows, yo.
Oh yeah, he knew what he was doing.
That position.
It was intense. Okay, so can we just talk about this? Because here's the thing. Right after I squirted everywhere, I was like, of course, then I'm having that, did I just pee everywhere thought.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
smell like pee, doesn't feel like pee. So I go in the bathroom and I pee, right? And so then I'm sitting here and I have this conversation of like, is it pee, right? Like I have to know.
With him or by
No,
yourself?
She's
in
just saying
general,
is-
like in general, squirt. Everybody's always like a squirt pee, a squirt
I don't think
pee.
it is.
I don't think it
looked
is.
up.
It's not.
It's not. It's
What-
like a
what did it
different
say?
Fluid.
When you googled it, what did it say?
It was like a video. It said it's like if there is urine, it's like 2%.
Okay,
So, like,
this is fascinating because I've had so many people be like, no, it's just pee. And I'm like, I don't know. It didn't seem like it.
It's like something else. I don't know what it is.
Well, I've heard girls say that it feels like they're about to be
Yeah.
like
It
it's,
does,
but
kind
I don't
of.
think it's pee either.
You know what it feels like? It feels like an over, like, okay, I compare it to like tickling. Like, you know when somebody's tickling you and you tell them to stop and they
Yeah,
don't, they
and
keep
they don't
tickling
stop.
you? That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
squirting feels.
That's a good way
Quiet
to describe it.
Wait, so after
It's
that
like-
first time, how long after did you do it again?
Okay, so
or
I,
have you not?
I went. Of course, I went home then, and I
Oh.
was on a mission to make myself squirt, which I
Wow.
did because I was
You
like,
did?
"How could I not
The
know this
same
about
amount, though?
myself?" That moment was
It was
the
once-
vibe.
once in a
I could,
lifetime.
I could get myself to squirt like that, but it took a lot of like,
Longer, or-
well, and also like, let's be honest, it's hard for me without something to get all the way up in there. Like I've only got so much length in some of these things, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Jimmy James.
Jimmy James. shout out to Jimmy James.
They've actually they've got stuff for this specifically.
Click the link.
So, and then my partner now has made me squirt a couple of times now, and I'm like, woof. So, been able to do that. But the first time, I just remember being like so off put by it, and like you could just tell he knew. He
What
like
he
looked
was
right
doing.
up at me, and he was
Yeah,
like,
he felt like a
I
god.
felt like a gangster.
Nigga felt like Thor.
yeah.
Wait, so now
Had that
do you
hammer,
like
oh,
plan
God.
for that now? Like, if you're gonna do that now, are you guys like getting like the
No.
shitty sheets and you're just doing it?
No.
It's just in the moment.
At this point, like,
Does it matter to you? Does squirting matter to you like that now?
no,
Okay.
no. I mean, you know what? It didn't. It only mattered in the moment because it was something I hadn't done for myself. Like, I mean, I've done the things. I've like set out to, if I haven't done them to myself, I've done them with a partner because like I just like to explore that stuff. Like I've really tried it all.
You've tried it all.
I've
You've done
tried it all.
everything.
Like
Confidently,
everything.
you could say
Because
that.
I bet we can.
I mean, aside from like having somebody shit on my chest, like I really
right,
feel
well.
like I. I mean, like,
All right, well,
but like I feel like I have. Like
yeah.
I've had multiple partners. I've hooked up with women. Like
Yeah.
I've had things in all the holes. Like
Yeah.
and I've explored the fantasies, bondage, like all that stuff. Like what else is there?
Foursomes, all that shit.
No. Done it.
She's been there.
think
Been there, don't it?
Done
I
it.
really have. I mean, like
On camera.
No.
Hey, she do it all.
There's some on-camera moments. Unfortunately.
I got him. Wow. All right. So yeah, I don't think the squirting is I don't think it's piss. I mean, I never Googled it, but
I
it doesn't
did.
taste like piss. So
Oh.
you could say that. I'd say that much.
It
It
doesn't.
tastes like piss.
This show just transitioned right back here.
Yeah. You think it tastes like piss?
Nah, it doesn't.
You
I
ever
said it
a little
doesn't.
taste of that squirt? That wait. We had an episode, did Nas say that shit all on you?
All on me.
All
And you weren't expecting it, right? What happened?
No.
Tell her what happened. I don't remember.
Bro. he
Yeah.
said I remember it. Bro, it was on a position where, you feel me, she was on top of me, and it was just that position where I just put my legs up, I'm just going at it, you feel me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing I know, next thing I know, boom, like she just popped up and then just
all up
sprayed
on your stomach and shit,
all
just
on
everywhere?
my stomach,
Yes.
everywhere.
Did you like it? Or-
And I was like, whoa! I didn't say it, but like in my head, you know, you had a little thoughts. Yeah, in my head, I was like, oh my god, there's no way. And she was surprised too. It was like
Was she embarrassed?
It was.
or did-
I could
Or
tell
she
a
was
little
like-
bit, like a
Yes.
little bit, like.
Okay, yes, I
Yeah,
feel that.
that-
It's like exciting, but also you're like, okay, but also like, I
Like,
don't
what's
know.
next? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I kept going after that. Fuck.
But you kept going.
Yeah. Shit was
So
hot.
did
He a
you-
dog.
So you liked it.
He dog.
Okay.
The fuck?
All right, cool.
He like that. Nas,
funny.
nasty Nas. That's him.
That shit was cool.
Well, I mean, I think part of getting a girl to squirt too, and orgasm in general, like you gotta have like some type of like some spicy shit going on in the bed. Like I can't do the quiet sex. Like you know what I mean? Like I can't do sex where she's a dead fish or she's just kind of just quiet. That's just dead to me. I can't do that. That's dead to me.
I don't know. But you know what? I would argue that there are thresholds though. because I've heard enough stories, and I don't know if you guys have had this, where somebody goes too freaky too quickly.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
Like,
you should
the girls-
probably have a nice, like you should have a connection with someone before you try.
You gotta have something,
sex?
because doesn't it intimidate you? Like,
I'm saying before you do the freaky shit, like the freaky shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
You don't have
Just
to.
do that with like a random person.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm sure, like, even if you're like taking somebody home or like hooking up with somebody for the first time,
You
like,
can't be too quick.
yeah, like if you're like, hey, it's nice to meet you, Jessica, and they get in and they're like straight ass up, and you're like, oh, you've been doing this a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, in that situation, yeah, it's.
You don't like
a
that?
little-
It's
I
not-
like that
Nah,
one from a girl, like, because
If you've been talking
I
to her, but
know,
if it's
bruh.
too quick, you're like, if you go straight to doggy,
She's-
she's been straight to
said-
doggy.
she's
Many
saying
times.
it's straight, bro. The straight one night stand.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, one night
She's
stand
saying
girl.
the one night stand girl.
If
Like you
she's-
feel me? Y'all just mean hi, boom,
Yeah.
and then
And she's
boom, bro.
boom, because there are girls
Boom.
like that.
Like,
They'll
it's
get
just-
straight down
she
on
just-
all fours. Like before you guys even have
that's
like.
sexy. That's not sexy.
Bro,
that
tell me
was
in the back of your mind, you're not like,
Yeah, in the
that's a
back of your
little
mind,
too
you're
easy.
like, yeah.
Bro,
like,
in the back of your mind
damn.
don't matter when you're having sex, bro. It's the front of the mind, and your dick
I
is
don't know.
hard.
Oh, okay. My
Your
fault.
dick
My
is
fault,
hard.
guy. My fault.
You hard.
No,
you
I'm
you
saying,
turn
like,
on, and
I would
bro,
be
she
turned
knows
off.
how to have sex like that.
No.
That's hot.
We're saying like at the bar, she's already like, let's go back to my
Yeah.
place. Like
Yeah.
off rip. Like you didn't even have to
Yeah.
try.
Bro,
Yeah,
you know what I
no
mean?
try.
Like you
No
didn't have
try,
to spit
girl.
game.
I mean,
Yeah,
no
a
girls
little bit of
ever,
competition,
no girls
you know?
ever done that to me. Just said shit.
What?
That look. Let's just go back. Let's just go back and was a bad looking girl. Like nah, bro,
Bro.
they look dirt. Like I've had some dirty girls that look like that, bro. But not no sexy ass that said let's go and go fuck.
Yes, bro.
Straight. Why?
Yes,
So why
in
are
the
you fucking
in
then?
the parking lot. I ain't do it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yes, I want. Yes, bro.
But,
one in the club. She was ready. She's
Nah,
like,
but
let's
when
go
the
in
when the
parking
shit when it comes down to it, I like a girl who's like super freaky like that. I don't think you have to
Yeah.
I don't think you have to like build up to it in bed. I think it's.
I feel like freakiness. Part of what makes freakiness cool, though, is that you know that you bring it out in somebody, and if everybody brings it out in that person,
And
like
it's
I
not
said,
as special.
each of my partners that I've had, which by the way, I don't have like a ton of partners.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a like 20.
Decent roster.
Yeah, like 20.
You know, you got 2 full teams,
Yeah, I think it's
2
20s.
NBA teams.
But realistically, of those partners, each of them, they brought different things. Like I wasn't like replicating moves and things. Like
Yeah,
you're not
it's
doing the
different.
same
It's a
shit.
different
People
person.
and you want to know that that person has a different piece of you, right? Like
of
that's
course.
part of it. Even if you're having the kinky fun shit, like there always has to be like something. Otherwise, you're just like what's the point?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
unspecial? Like I
How
don't want to. I don't want to
monotonous.
show people my awesome moves.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna think it's awesome and special, which they do always, and they never forget it.
She be leaving marks, scars
Oh,
all people.
full-on
That's what she's saying.
scars.
She's like, yo,
Full-on scars.
I'll make you remember me 20 years from now.
I could show you the messages.
Whoa.
To this day, they're like, you
Probably
sure
different.
you're still married? You're still the best sex I ever had. I'm like, I know, honey. It's going to be okay. Take
How-
those moves somewhere else.
Damn, are these grown
Take
men?
those-
Or are they little
oh, yeah.
boys?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, they're grown.
Oh, they're grown men.
Well, I mean, define grown men, like 25 plus or
Yeah, 25 and plus.
Are they older than you or younger than you?
Yeah.
both.
Both? Oh,
Fuck, you can't say that, bro. Older than 25 or younger than 25?
Now they're older than 25.
now they're older.
Oh, now, okay.
I think like the youngest guy that I hooked up with was 20, and it's because I thought he was older.
You thought he was older?
I thought he was older. It was so bad. Honestly, he got one over on me in a weak moment. I thought he was older. He was like, "Oh, I just graduated from ASU."
High school.
Like,
High school.
seriously, he's like, "I just graduated from ASU. I'm 6'4", and
What
I
a
was like,
G.
"I stopped listening at
What a
6'4".
fucking G. Yeah, that's
I stopped listening at 6'4", and that's good. We're gonna see how it goes. He's like, "I'm a size 15 shoe." Yes. Did you say 15?
Wait, he told you that? Oh,
It was in
He
conversation
knew
at
he
some
was-
point.
he
I
was
just
trying to-
noticed and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
you can
okay.
just
He's like,
tell.
yeah, I'm like 23, 24. You know, I was like around there. And then I found out he was 20. It was really fucking traumatizing for me. I was like, yeah, that's too young. You can't even drink yet, dude. Like, that's
Yeah.
it.
Couldn't drink, but
yeah, but
could do other things.
do other things, yeah.
It wasn't that good. It
Oh,
was
okay.
fine.
he wasn't verified.
It was,
certified.
it was just too young, like coachable. Like I think he would have done
coachable.
what he was
That word
told.
coachable. Oh my god.
He was coachable.
But you,
But he was coachable.
He
Like
wasn't bringing
he
much
had
to the
potential,
table.
or like
He had all the
you
right
had to coach him in bed.
assets. Oh, I had to coach him.
Ah,
He's
do you like
20.
that? Do you like
yeah,
having to
but you
coach
were
people
just
in bed?
saying you like, yeah, I was going to ask that.
I don't like that.
I like when I can bring something to the table that's new for somebody, but you should still be coming with your own game, right?
Okay, that's hot.
Like
Bring
just
your
because I'm
rules.
coming to the
50-50.
table doesn't mean
Yeah.
just bring nothing to the table.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to keep.
That's true. But like, Like, don't you hate like if you have to like coach a girl how to like suck
Yeah, I
your
don't
dick?
like
Like
that
you
shit.
like a girl should know how to slop some dick. Like,
You know what though?
that's how I'd be feeling.
I
crazy
will.
'cause
I'm
they
gonna
don't.
disagree here. I'm gonna
With what?
disagree because everybody's different, right? Like, listen.
Okay, but there's, like,
fundamental
one-on-one
stuff-
thing. Yeah,
there's
that's what I'm
fundamental,
saying.
Yes, you know, all gawk, we got it. But there's some
Like,
men.
put your hands on this dick. You know what I'm saying? While you
Yeah,
sucking
but there's
it,
some
like,
men who
oh.
are like, play with my balls. There's some men who are like, those are off
Well, that
limits.
too.
There's some men who are like super sloppy, like
Yeah.
the more spit the better.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then there's others that are
Yes.
like, no,
Oh,
they're like
shit.
too much.
There's guys out there that don't like
Yeah.
saliva all up on their dick.
Yes, I've
They're
absolutely run
gay.
into them. They're like, they're like it's
Whoa.
too much. Like, well, and honestly, I think what it is a sensation thing. It's a sensation thing. You get too much saliva going,
It's
and then
too overstimulated.
it's overstimulated. So there's
But
some
that's
people
when
who
you
are
change
like,
the
the more
rhythm.
the better.
Alright.
Some that are like,
Oh
no.
God.
The rhythm
Gotta
just, I'll
change
tell
the
you, that be
rhythm.
changing
Hey,
shit.
we
You
in the
change the
field.
rhythm like shit. If you going hard for 10 minutes, gotta
Yeah.
slow it down
Slow
for
it
a second,
down.
build it back up.
Go ahead and get your little
But there's no
You
such
feel
thing
me?
as too much saliva out there.
Yeah,
I never
not
heard that
too
before.
much,
That's
yeah.
crazy because you're telling us that there are men out there
There
that
are. I've run into them. And like I said, I've run into the guys who are like, I need my balls like pulled the whole time. There's some that are like, I
No,
need
that-
my balls in your mouth at some point and then more
Yeah.
stroking. I need
Yeah,
more
hell yeah,
this.
that's-
Yeah.
And
Yes.
honestly, like, you
And
know,
I need the sound. The
there's-
sound effects are key.
there's more like, oh, you like that? Really?
Yes.
All blah, blah.
Yeah,
What the
definitely heard
fuck?
that. I know, but you know what's crazy though? I've also run into the other side of things. Like I really have like you guys are enough alike that you guys gravitate towards one another, right? But I can think of, I mean, obviously I'm sounding like I've been around a lot of dick, but I know guys who really wanted like the tip focused on. I had some that they wanted to be in the back by my uvula the whole time. Like as long as like they were back there and they were like hitting something,
Yeah.
like that was what was arousing to them. And so, and then like some guys want to hear a gagging sound. I'm like, let's be very frank, I'm not gagging. So it's all for show at this point. And so, but I get that. Like that's something that people
Wait.
want.
What do you mean you're not gagging?
Yeah, what you mean?
we
Like,
gonna
when you-
rewind real quick. So
I have just been
She's-
very.
when
you don't have a gag
When you suck
reflex
dick,
now?
yeah,
Is
you
that what
don't
we're
gag.
getting at, or is it
Yeah.
like you
You
won't
just don't
put it?
Yeah, you won't go that far. I'm trying to say.
I mean, I was just talking about being by my uvula. That's back here. I can touch my uvula right now. I can literally touch it and not even
that the
flinch.
little, punch-
Yes,
The little
that
punching
dangly
bag.
thing
Yeah.
in the back of your throat.
Back of
Just
your
touch
throat.
it, not
Yeah.
even flinch.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, like these are things that you learn too. In your
Feel like Creed.
Wow. That is.
That's it. I'll be damn Skippy.
So
I was gonna say, can we talk about Old Town Scottsdale?
Yeah, let's
Can
do
we
it.
talk about like the scene over there? Like, what is some of the craziest shit you've seen
Holy shit.
on? Because Scottsdale is like I feel like it's an up and coming like
Oh
place
yeah.
in the U.S.
Before COVID,
Yeah.
it was
In the US,
people
yeah.
used to
Like-
come here to party over LA and Vegas. It honestly is better nightlife than Vegas.
Yeah,
Like
honestly.
Vegas is bigger, larger scale, but we have better nightlife here. And they used to call it a mini LA for a reason because everyone pops through here. Like I have done so much business, found so many new clients by being in the right place at the right time and catching somebody when their guard was down, having a good time with them, putting myself in an environment where they trusted me, and then being able to like migrate it into actual business. And you know, people want to do business with who they're friends with.
Damn.
But there's so many people out here, and honestly, Scottsdale has like very, very good looking girls. Like there's so many beautiful women out here. They really care for themselves. Like you can't even like deny it. There's so many hot girls out
I
here.
feel like Arizona is like slowly like becoming like an LA or a
It
Las
is.
Vegas or a New York
It
or a
absolutely
Miami.
is.
And especially in the next like 5 years, like with how the housing
Yep.
out here is going, like I really
You're
think
spot
it's-
on.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
It really is.
But other than that, I'm saying like
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we
some
talking
shit-
about
what's some shit you've seen, like,
yeah, like you see
there's-
someone's
there's
back
the-
being
there's
blown
the peop-
out, in
Like you seen people sucking on
fucking
other-
clubs
each other's
or some
foots?
shit. Yeah,
Or
like
like-
wait,
Oh
what?
yeah. Yes. There's no that
We've seen that
happens.
video. Yeah,
the
no,
video.
we talked about it on
Yeah,
here
somebody
before.
pulled off their stink ass sock
Sock
in
and
Jordan, and a
sucking.
girl put the whole foot in the mouth, was sucking on toes, licking in between. Oh, it was
See, she's
it
seen
was
it
viral.
before.
I've
She's
seen
seen it. Yeah.
No, I've seen all kinds of things. I mean, I've done some terrible things too.
oh, you've done some other things too.
Did you
participate?
my worst. Okay.
Worst, okay.
My worst, and I've never ever admitted this, so this is just for you guys.
It's an exclusive.
This is an exclusive. I was really close with somebody who used to like run all like the different clubs and stuff, and I was like I was really close. I was sleeping with him, and he was like bringing all the talent stuff for the clubs and whatever. And so we would like bop around and check on how things were going. And we were always up in the DJ booth. And like I was like pretty hammered one night. And like when I get to a certain point with tequila.
Tequila. The way she say, you know, she tequila.
We were up in the DJ booth, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but
You're
it was
getting
like
eaten out on the DJ
there
booth?
was some things.
I was about to say, Scott still
occurring. There was some entry.
There were some things entering
There
and
was some
exiting.
things, and it was in the DJ booth, and I know for a fact my dumbass is like, "Oh, we're beneath the DJ booth.
They can't
No one
see.
No one
can
can
see."
see.
I just look like I'm up here, like, and
Oh my god.
yeah, no, for sure. And like the next couple of days, luckily in Old Town, like that's not even wild, right? So like I was like,
That's, like, normal.
we'll give it like 5 days, it'll blow over. But there was a couple of days where they're like, "Nice job in the DJ booth last night, dummy," and I was like, "Ooh."
What were they? Were you getting fingered or are you getting?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there was just some things.
Okay, I thought you were getting.
I thought you
No.
were getting your back blown out or something.
No, not
That's
that far. I was getting
extreme.
fingered in the
That's-
DJ booth, like up top, and it was like full.
Very
it was,
visible.
It was in very crowded international. Let me just put that into
They
Very
perspective.
closed the
crowded,
Mint,
yeah.
right?
Go crazy.
Yeah,
They closed
but
That's
that was
cool.
where it was at the
Okay.
time.
And they closed the Mint too.
Yeah, Mint and International are closed now. It's gonna be like Cakes coming up again. We got True. There's like Monarch.
True.
Yeah, True.
True's
True.
lit.
That's the lounge, right?
Where's
True
the-
on
lit.
end? Yeah.
Where's the, so, I mean, you kind of touched on, where's the craziest place you've hooked up then?
Craziest place like in general or like in Old Town area?
Nah,
in general.
In general.
Oh, this is a good one. In a tanning salon, like literally, like
In like a bed.
in a
tanning
bed.
room?
Yeah, there's in
That
a bed.
that must not have been comfortable.
No, but it just, you know, the moment.
just-
I've definitely done a lot in public. I mean, like, there's been a lot of public places. I mean, on a toilet one time because it was the only place to
Like
go.
a porta potty toilet?
Like they were sitting on the toilet.
Like
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
I
and you
was
were on
top.
that. Uh-huh.
Did he shit?
No.
Okay, thank God.
Bro, what?
Shit. Good
Shit in
details.
mid-stroke.
Probably get arrested for this, but definitely driving, like while someone's driving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You had
that's
sex while he
yeah.
was driving?
While someone was driving.
How
for
the
sure.
fuck did you know?
That's very possible, bro.
That's
I
mandatory.
know.
Yep, done that. And then, I mean,
It's sketchy. Not
like
on the
trying to-
303, though.
I've done like a lot of like random.
Is there any
places.
place that you haven't done that you're trying to do? I feel like
Like,
there is.
check off my
Yeah,
list.
is there like a list?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have places, but I'm just
You want to keep that to yourself or something?
no,
Okay.
I don't. I
She
just,
wants to be the
It's
first one to do it on top of Mount Everest.
no, I mean, like, but I've done some of that stuff too. Where like,
All right.
like, has,
Pass that
climb
one.
a mountain, had sex at the top. Like that's like kind of fun. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, you just gotta, wherever the moment strikes, gotta keep it fun.
Gotta
Yeah.
keep it fresh.
Haven't done Mile High. Definitely need to add that to my list.
On a plane, yeah. That's like everyone's
It's hard.
goal.
It's really hard.
You have to.
fly private.
Yeah,
and
you
like,
have to do private.
Yeah, so
There's
that
no
would be
way-
why.
Why, you can't do commercial?
There's no way. I mean,
I'll just play it. I'll
Even
just play it.
if you go in the bathroom
Yeah.
after somebody, they will. You'll get in trouble.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then it's impossible.
It's literally
not.
too
impossible,
small.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
way too
it's
small.
not. I've attempted it, but it's like
Really?
it could happen. But like the second you're in there together, and you have to be like, I'm throwing up. Oh, I need help, and it doesn't work.
It's just too much. The fucking plane. You see the back of the plane like going down every 2 seconds.
Attention pilots, we have turbulence in the.
So good.
Well, I gotta ask you because we got to go back to this talking during sex. How do you feel about men saying "come on my dick"?
I love that you're talking about this. Okay, in theory, again, I love it. It's sexy. Like I like being talked to. Like that stuff's hot. Like I love a good "whose pussy is this" moment. But
Yeah.
Kodak moment.
when they say "come on my dick" or like "come for me," I want you to come. If it's not at the right time, it's like this super pressure thing for me where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not quite there, and they're like, come for me, and they're saying it like, hey, it's gonna be happening soon.
So, and I'm like, I'm
We've
trying.
got another 3 minutes in this position. I'm
just
doing
ready for
something
the
right. Study for the test. Love it. But also, like, I feel like when you tell a guy that you're coming, like, not so many men do the like speed up. I'm like, no, I'm coming because of this exact movement and
yeah,
position.
right now,
Don't
yeah.
change
No,
it up.
no,
Don't get
that's facts,
excited.
that's facts.
Don't change this shit up. It's good. I'm
Yeah.
coming. But they'll always be like, and you're like,
Yeah, and then
oh.
you're like, oh, you just
It's
killed
funny
it.
because
Okay.
a lot of
Yo,
guys think
that's true.
faster and harder is
It's
always
better.
better.
Nah.
It's
It's
not.
yeah.
It's
See,
not.
Hey, you put me
It's not.
Okay.
educated.
I'm on my
It's
way.
not always like I have moments too where like I like when I can feel that sensation, especially if you get everything really heightened and then you slow it down and then you can just feel all of the facets. Like you feel like you can feel every piece, every inch, just like the whole thing, and you're just like, oh, like it's so good. But then like you need a little bit of everything, and I'm big on talking to my partner about it. Like, not that you shouldn't kind of know what you're doing, but like I do like to be like, hey, this position's really
Like,
working
hey,
for
note
me.
this one. Yeah,
like
exactly.
note this one. Like,
Like,
we
this
just
is-
did this. This was
No, that's
great.
facts. You should definitely be able to do that in a
Yeah.
relationship, 100%.
But
Like the way you suck my dick, remember this. You know, like that's a
left hand
fact.
on top was really doing it.
That shit that you
shit.
did with your tongue. Yeah.
No, that's a fact. I think I because I'm that type of person who I do say like, yeah, come on my dick and shit. But I think it has to come out during those times where, like you said, like it's perfect.
Here's
But
the
you
orgasm,
know,
and you have to be like, you almost have to say it because you know it's coming, and then you get the credit for it, but it was already
Yeah.
happening.
there you go. Yeah, exactly. That's like
Any
the perfect timing.
sooner, I'm like, you don't realize that I'm still like several minutes out. We're probably doing 2 more positions before it happens, and now
Yeah.
you're putting this pressure on me, and
Yeah.
now I'm kind of pissed off because you're really telling me to come. You don't realize that I'm not ready to come.
You know what I hate? I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but like when you're about to come and then they switch it up or some, and then so you don't come, and then now it becomes harder to
Harder.
come.
It
So that does
is.
happen. That
It's
does. You guys feel that?
totally real.
You feel that? But you ever?
I always,
bro.
he's like,
Because I've heard that from girls. Like girls say
No,
that.
it's
Oh, now
so
it's like now it's gonna be
real.
harder to
So
come. I'm
I
like,
always go like, we're
yeah,
doing
bro.
this.
Like it makes it's a
Sometimes I feel
difference.
bad. I'm
it's
like,
up
I'm
and
sorry.
over, right?
Why? Because you just came.
No, because I was about to, and then you fucked it up. So I'm like, okay, sorry. Like, got to keep going.
Oh
You
shit.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Taking
That's,
forever.
yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
talking about off like head. Like,
Yeah. You can't
Oh.
switch it. You
But
can't
that's
switch it
that's
up.
the same thing. That's a momentum thing, right? Like
Yep.
if you get into a groove and you can tell that you're headed there, if they like stop and do the like, oh, this is so cute, I
Yeah.
love it. Just gonna give it a quick
So
kiss.
cute.
Yeah, my whole head is just what?
Yeah.
thrown off.
But again, though, that's what I was talking about with this. So it's like men, you guys just kind of do this. Like this is like the journey. It's
Yeah.
straight there. Women,
It's
it's
like plateau.
like, and then if you're like switch positions, it's like. And then it's like,
like
and then
reset.
the thing is, you're already up here. You're already here on it. So now we're playing catch up, and it's like, and you guys are already here, and then we're done. That's
Yeah.
when we can't catch up. That's why it seems so much harder because I feel like we fall back down to the bottom on the orgasm thing. Like if we lose it, it's like we have to start over. It's not like we can kind of regain that momentum. At least for me,
No, that's
like
true.
while I'm going and stuff. Like when I'm getting close, I'm like, fuck yes, bring it home, but don't change any of your tempo or position. It's working.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I've definitely seen that where people like, they're like, oh, it's so exciting, roll over, something changes, and then it's gone, and then I have to masturbate after, or we have to go again.
You gotta bring that motherfucking vibrator out.
You gotta bring
The
it.
Jimmy
bring
Volume.
the Cheerios, you gotta bring it out, bust it out there.
Starlight.
Yeah. When a girl says like "come in me" too, though, like that's like a big like turn on for me. I get like super. I'm about to.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean I'm coming in. No, straight up, it doesn't.
Oh,
Nah, I can't. You ain't shaking me. You
you're
almost
not.
got me. What? You just unload the beast in there?
nah.
The
Oh yeah.
beast,
Oh.
the troops.
You let the soldiers out, dog? Okay. Because that's power. I feel like if she, even if we are getting a plan B, whatever, the fact that she's like, oh, yeah, I got you to nut in me, like, oh, hell no, bitch, you didn't give me nothing. Like, I can't. That is
then-
power right there. You give power.
But then you gotta look.
Unless
at it,
I
it's
really
like,
wanna know,
bro,
man,
you
but-
came 5 times on my shit. And like you feel me? I got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I got it.
He said, I get
Because
the
I'm gonna
belt.
bring that up.
He said, that's my argument.
I'm gonna bring that up.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I like my kids. To
Wait, so
myself.
you've been married, or you're on your second marriage now?
Yeah.
How would you say, like, the relationship goes after you get married?
Yeah.
Just do things like slow down?
That's a good question.
So I was
Like,
married.
what's married life like?
Oh, I mean, with my husband, great. My husband is. I would not be married to anybody. And everybody knew this before I got married. I got divorced. I was out here having a great time. I make my own money and I do not need anybody. So that's why you always hear about like these people that I was bringing in that fulfilled needs for me and they played a role and that was fine. I would not be with somebody today if it was not this man. This man just gets it. Like he is everything. He's also the best sex I've ever had. So there's back to the sex thing. Best sex I've ever had. But he puts in the fucking work. He puts in the work and he always makes me come and he knows what the fuck he's doing. But he's also just somebody I deeply respect. Like this man is a man. Like he takes care of fucking everything. Although I take care of myself, like he he supports me, and he's somebody I genuinely look up to. Like, this man is super successful in business, like, just gets it. And he's also not intimidated by me. Like, I can be here right now talking about squirting and all this stuff.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's like,
good.
hey, I'm good. She's good. She's having fun. He like loves who I am and supports who I am. And he likes that I'm this person. Like,
is he older than you?
Yeah, he's 45. You wouldn't know it, though. You wouldn't know it. Black don't crack, right?
Black don't crack.
What I'm tell you.
Hey, boy, nasty dog.
So good. He seriously does. So yeah, he's 45, and like that man has stamina. So yeah, it's great. We have great sex. It's awesome. I could like, you can see it. I'm sitting here with the glow that I'm like, we had sex earlier. Literally the best sex I've ever had. So
okay, but to answer Star's question a little bit more, like
like how long have you been married now?
So we've been together for 2 years.
Okay, so like, I mean, like, does it eventually like?
So my first partner though,
like a little bit, just a little bit.
A little slight decline.
No. It's fair to ask. So my first partner, we never had good sex, and I didn't realize it. Like I was so young. I was like 18 when I met him, and it was just what you did.
Did you get married at 18?
I was a small town kid. It was like you come out and you go into college. I met him. He was 28. I was 18, and so we got married like a couple of years in or whatever, and like that was just what you did.
Yeah.
And I hated it. Like it just wasn't for me. Like,
all 9 years though.
No, I mean, we were happy, but
so
we were...
it did go...
No, but we were small time happy. Like, our sex life wasn't good. Like, when I say, like, we did, like, missionary and, like, the fun stuff was doggy, like, he didn't let me be me. Anytime that I would try something new, it was always, like, I'm weird or, like, that was strange.
Really?
Like, he was not into it. Like, I couldn't explore any pieces of myself. And, like... I just don't feel like he was my type, really. Like, he was, like, what was available to me in my small town. But, like, then the second I started, like, getting out here and meeting people, I was like, that is not my type. And my husband, who I'm with now, is my type, if you feel me. And so I just feel like that all played a role. And, like, I don't know, like, I like to watch porn, and I'm very sexual, and, like, I want to masturbate. Like, I'm very sexual. You can see I exude it, like, and I'm not ashamed of it. I don't think sex is, like, some dirty, terrible thing. Like, people will always assume that because I'm sexual and I talk about these things, that it negates my ability to be successful in business, be powerful, and make people money. And the reality is, it's probably why I'm making you more money, because I'm satisfied. But because we never had a good sex life, I feel like that carried on into making it worse then. Whereas with my husband, I don't think we'll ever really let it get there, because we talk about shit and, like,
You communicate.
Also, like, I mean, I look like this. Like, I'm gonna, by the time I don't look like this, he's gonna be old. Like, he's gonna be like, you play with a girlfriend, honey. I'll watch. And I'll be like, great, let's do it. So I've dated a lot of women, and I keep it interesting. And so, like, whatever we need, but, like, he attracts me so much more just by being him. Like, that he's fucking daddy. Like, he does all the daddy things, all the daddy vibes. That's funny you said that.
Like, that
he's daddy.
He's daddy. Like, daddy means daddy. Like, it's not just a sex daddy. Like, daddy's like, daddy. I'll do it for you, daddy.
He's like, hey, like, you seem stressed. I scheduled you a massage and to get your nails done today, and it's all paid for. I'm like, I will suck your dick right now while I get my nails done. I don't care where it is. It can be in front of people. Like, he just gets it. Like, there's no way that our sex life dwindles because of that. Like, he just keeps up with it. But people who lose that, they probably didn't have it to begin with. One, they didn't have the sex they needed to be having to begin with, and they don't have a partner who, like, turns them on multiple levels. It can't just be about the sex.
It needs to be everything.
And we care about ourselves. Like I said, like, he would never let himself go. That's hard. I've had friends and stuff who deal with partners who, like, all of a sudden they gain, like, a lot of weight, or they change who they are, or they start being very different. And that's hard for people. And, like, I know we're not supposed to talk about that, like, it's vain, but it's like, no, that's call it what reality, it is, bro. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, you said go ahead and play with your little girlfriend. So I just have a question. How do you feel about hooking up with girls?
Oh, I've hooked up with girls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm like...
Do you think they're better than men at eating? Oh, no?
Well, eating.
You said eating.
Yeah. So I'm not... I don't love being eaten out. Like, it's fine.
Okay.
I've never really been that into it, partially because, again, I've played with toys. So, like, you have to really be doing something pretty miraculous
You gotta be,
down there.
gotta be
Otherwise,
an all-star to
and like, yeah.
to compete with the robots.
Exactly.
To
But
compete with the bots. Shit,
Call of
2040
Duty,
shit.
the
Yeah. Shit gonna be different.
exactly. But no, when I hooked up with women, anytime that women are different, the stuff that I like about women, you know, like breasts and beauty and just like their softness, I'm usually the very dominant one. They look to me to be the dominant one, right? Like that's a lot of the women who are attracted to me. Like I'm thinking of like even my friend, like my best friend Whitney and I, like we dated first. And then we decided to just be best friends, and like we left it at that so that it wouldn't get complicated. But like she's totally gets jealous, like literally has punched me in the face before because other girls have been hitting on me. So it's complicated. But like that's the
When
issue.
you were together or when you were just friends?
No, when we were friends, because lots of jealousy. She loves me. I love her.
Should be leaving a scar.
But even like Janae, like she's like somebody who's like very into women. She's beautiful. I'll send you guys all of these IGs because they're really stunning and like. I love these women.
Let us know
I think
if y'all want them on. Drop a comment.
I think they're so gorgeous. And they bring different things to the table. But the reason I think I always gravitate towards men is I have a very masculine energy about me. And like, I don't have a lot of tolerance for like the jealous, emotional, like the stuff that comes with women. Because just like women get attached when hooking up with men, they get attached hooking up with women. And I just, I can't do it. Like the couple of girls that I've really like hooked up with and like actually done stuff with, anytime they got to that point where like we hooked up and then there was possessiveness and like weirdness, I was like, I can't do this. Like no pussy is worth this. You know what I mean? So that would be that. But yeah, I mean,
So have you
women
ever had
are
a threesome
delicate.
with just all
Yes.
girls?
Oh, all girls. Sort of.
Sort of?
Yeah.
Sort of. How do you sort of?
Like he was a 5-minute champion and left.
No, girls.
no,
All
girls.
girls.
Oh,
No, I've had threesomes, but not just all girls. I mean, I always say it's like a percentage scale. Everyone's like, are you bi? Are you straight? Are you this? I'm like, it's a percentage scale. It's like, I'm like, you know, 70% prefer men, 30% prefer women. And I've gone through different phases. I've gone like full 50-50. There was a period of time where I was like, women are it. Like, and I was just doing that, but like still needed the
Dick.
phallic side of things.
So that
Dang
threesome, was it two dudes or just two, you and
No,
another
no,
girl?
no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always. I've actually never.
Tell us a lot about it.
I've never had a threesome with two guys.
Two dudes.
And ever. I've always
So
been.
you haven't done everything.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I guess threesomes.
Gotcha.
They're threesomes.
she's had threesome. Yeah, threesome.
But yeah, no. Threesomes, always another girl. And I've had a couple of those. More than a couple. A couple means
Have
two.
you ever been in a throuple situation? Like, have you entered someone else's relationship?
So.
Because we had a girl last time talk about.
Yeah,
it's
no, I
kind
actually have friends. I have explored that at one point when I was like in a place where I didn't think I had like the time and energy to be in a relationship, because they require time and they require a certain level of commitment, understanding, etc. I did explore that because I was like, oh, here's like a sophisticated, like
you entered a
successful-
couple or you brought
me.
someone? Okay.
Me, where I had like a couple that I knew that I just liked both of them. The woman was beautiful, man was awesome. They were very successful, and I honestly had a conversation with them about it. They were kind of open to the idea. They approached me with it, and I was like, I really explored the idea of it. But I feel like long term, I know myself, and if I'm in that role, I feel like it creates drama. Because even though she was open to the idea, you could just tell there was going to be a time.
There's going to be.
She was older than me. I was younger. They were really looking for like a younger baby, right? Like somebody to be a part of things. I was sophisticated and kind of had my own thing going on, but they wanted someone to like travel with and have fun with. And I remember being like, when they approached me, I was flattered, but I didn't really know necessarily where it would go. And like I went on like 1 or 2 dates with them, and I could just tell.
Yeah, wasn't it?
I was,
Was
like,
it
it's not
her
gonna.
or him? Like, where were
was
you
her,
feeling the
huh?
tension from?
So I think she was open to it, but I think he was pretending under the guise of like really wanting it to be this like throuple thing. But like then he was like one-off messaging me, and I was like, oh, that's not cool. You have to be so fair. You have to be so fair. Like if your wife is gonna let you invite an entire
hell
other
yeah.
person into the relationship, you should let her communicate. And that was what it was supposed to be. She was supposed to be communicating with me and setting plans, and then he started like kind of one-offing, and I was like, oh, it feels
Damn.
dirty now.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I don't feel good about this.
That's so crazy.
I
He's
know.
savage.
That whole like, I don't.
Savage
That's
mode.
like crazy.
I have friends who've done it too. I've had friends who've done like the whole and enjoyed it too. Like, you know, especially my friends who are more into women, but like sometimes like men, they do really well in those because like when the men does the side hit up, it's like they're like, I'm really in it for her. Like you're
Like
just
you're not
one
part
more
of it
piece.
now.
You're just a live vibrator for us.
You're a live vibrator, yeah. All right, well, I got to touch on this topic because we're going to wrap things up pretty soon, Hayden. But tell us why men don't like the scoop.
Haha, the scoop.
Wait, what
said
is
the
this? What is
Yeah.
this?
Define the scoot for everybody out there.
So the scoot is when a woman gets on top and she's not actually like bouncing up and down. She's just doing the gyration movement that most women like to do because it feels good for both angles. I mean, your G spot and your clitoral.
yeah.
It's clitoral and G spot because your G spot's in here. So depending on like the shape of someone's dick, when you're doing the scoot and you're getting in there, it feels really good. But I think women love the scoot, but I always hear from men that they are just like, it doesn't do anything. She's doing that thing that we don't like. So I wanted to put it on the table. Do men like the scoot? Or do they need the bouncing?
Let's all cast vote.
Good on camera. It doesn't look like sexy. Like you said, you watch porn. You know, when you watch porn, like that shit don't look like, that's not a turn on. But that shit does feel good because you can feel your dick just hitting the walls and their pussy.
Like ping pong?
Yeah.
Oh God, balls of fury on God.
Balls of fury. Yeah.
God.
That's 100 though.
Man.
Thanks for putting us on the scoot though, because now we could just be like, hey, you want to scoot?
You wanna
scoot on
scoot?
over
Just
here?
like, thank you so much. My knees hurt. I don't want to bounce anymore.
Yeah.
I did leg day. I'm just trying to scoot.
Scoot, little mama, scoot.
Yeah. We got to get into this Patreon because I don't hold you up, but I really do want to say that we appreciate the gifts.
Of
We
course.
enjoyed having you on. Like I
Thank
said,
you guys.
Where can
I'm so
the guys
happy.
find this stuff again?
Yeah.
JimmyJane.com.
Cool.
JimmyJane.com. Make sure y'all search that up because
Go buy
it
these.
seems like some
go buy these
world class
for your
shit
girls,
right
guys.
here.
Yeah.
We enjoyed having you on, Hayden. We're gonna get back into the Patreon though. So if you guys really enjoyed this episode, imagine what the Patreon is about to be. So make sure you guys click that link in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And until next week, y'all. Peace.